Tuesday, December 20th, 2022, Tournament of Champions Semi-Final Match 2 between Matteo Rodriguez, Kathrin Maysome, and Tomoko Itara starts now.
This is Jeopardy! Let's meet today's contestants. Player 1, Player 2, Player 3. And now, here is the host of Jeopardy, Alex Trebek.
Thank you, Johnny. Hi, everyone. You all look eager to get underway, so let's get right into it. And we have one daily double awaiting you in these categories. Name that planet. Canada, Mexico, or the United States? TV nostalgia. Very, very good. Historic London. And Bible belts. Player 1, you start. While pointing the Wii remote at the screen, press the A button to select a clue. It has 2 official languages. Okay, Player 1. Use the Wii remote or press the corresponding... Hey, you're right. We return to you, Player 1. Ruled by an emperor from 1864 to 1867. Let's hear it, Player 1. That's right. Way to go. You again, Player 1. The most populous. It's Player 2. Right you are. Player 2, back to you for our next selection. Arthur Wellesley, the first Duke of this, was known as a soldier, but had an eye for art, as you can see at Apsley House. Yes, Player 3. You got it. Select again. You can visit several of these historic structures like Kensington and Buckingham. Player 1. That's correct. Choose again, Player 1. Tidal Avenue in Theodore Geisel's first book. It's Player 3. Good.
Yeah!
Please pick again, Player 3. Regent's Park was a hunting ground for this 16th century king who never hunted without tiring 8 or 10 horses. Yes, Player 3. That's correct. You get to pick again, Player 3. Famous men who orated at Hyde Park's Speaker's Corner include Friedrich Engels and this 1848 Engels co-author. Let's hear it, Player 2. Yes. Player 2, back to you. In Numbers chapter 20, after the Israelites complained, Moses smote one of these twice, and water came out. Okay, Player 3. That is correct. Player 3, you pick again, please. In the Sermon on the Mount, Jesus says that if someone smiteth you here, offer also the other. It's Player 2. Good for you. Player 2, back to you. In a book named for Moses' successor, this man smites the Gibeonites, the Hebronites, and the Eglonites. Let's hear it, Player 1. Yes. You get to pick again, Player 1. Inept policeman in Shakespeare's Much Ado About Nothing. Okay, Player 1. Yeah, good. Choose again, Player 1. Pro boxers have been battling under this Marcus's rules since the late 1800s. Yes, player 1. Right. You again, player 1. According to his theme song, Mr. This will never speak unless he has something to say. Player 2. Correct. Select again. The 1973 TV season gave us Richard Roundtree as this super cool private eye he'd played on film. Here's the correct response. Shaft. Player 2. Pick again. A year on this planet is 88 days long. It's player 1. Yes. Player 1, back to you for our next song. In the 50s, this movie Tarzan was still hanging out with a chimp, but he wore more than a loincloth as TV's Jungle Jim. Let's hear it, player 2. Right. Please pick again, player 2. It's the Daily Double. You're in second right now. Give us a wager, player 2. All right, here's your clue. In the wake of a recent demotion, this is now the outermost planet. The lead is also yours. We return to you, player 2. The great red spot on this planet is actually a giant storm. Yes, player 2. That is correct. Player 2, you pick again, please. These are forever in a top 10 hit from 1967. Okay, player 1. Yep. Player 1, back to you for our next selection. In Judges, Samson whopped on 1,000 Philistines with this part of an ass. Player 1. Good. You get to pick again, player 1. According to Shakespeare, these conflicts began with a confrontation in the temple gardens. Let's hear it, player 3. Correct. Select again. Dawes Butler voiced this animated TV hound. It's player 1. You are correct. Player 1, you pick again, please. After striking down his brother in Genesis, this man said, "My punishment is greater than I can bear." Yes, player 2. That's it. Player 2, back to you. Instrument-laden rovers landed on this planet in 2004. Okay, player 3. Right. Please pick again, player 3. Christian Huygens wrote about this planet's rings back in 1659. Player 1? Yeah. That is correct. We return to you, player 1. It's 90% Catholic. Okay, player 3. No, that's not right. Any other takers? Yes, player 1. Yeah. Right. You again, player 1. In the pilot for this 60s sitcom, Jed and Jethro first meet Mr. Drysdale when he comes to get them out of jail. Player 1? That's correct. Choose again, player 1. In an animated 1987 TV special, this space-age family traveled back in time to meet the Flintstones. It's player 2. Yes. And we'll wrap up the board with this clue. The largest in area. Let's hear it, player 3. That's it. The Double Jeopardy round will begin right after this. Let's see what happens in Double Jeopardy with these categories awaiting the players. Fun with probability. Nigeria. Our world. Literary country settings. The comics. And the Old West. All right, player 3. As promised, you pick first in Double Jeopardy. This Peanuts character got a sister named Sally in 1959. Player 3? Right you are. Player 3, pick again. Weirdo would be another name for this Dan Ferraro comic that began as a replacement for The Far Side. It's player 3. Good. You again, player 3. Mr. Munster wasn't the subject of this 1975 to 1992 Jim Unger strip. Okay, player 2. That's correct. Please pick again, player 2. The Jewel in the Crown, 1966. Let's hear it, player 3. Correct. Player 3, pick again. In Bob Thave's comic, Frank bums around with this guy. Yes, player 2. Good. You get to pick again, player 2. Walkabout, 1959. Here's what we wanted. Australia. Player 2, you pick again, please. The Oxford English Dictionary defines it as a noisy dispute or quarrel. It's player 1. That's right, way to go. Choose again, player 1. Someone in partnership with another was in these, probably from the French for hut. Let's hear it, player 2. That is correct. Player 2, back to you for our next. In March of 1879, this young killer met secretly with New Mexico Governor Lew Wallace to discuss a pardon. He never got it. Yes, player 1. Yep. Select again. In the movies, it was Charles Foster Kane's cryptic final word. Okay, player 2. Yes. Player 2, back to you. About a third of Nigeria's states in the heavily Muslim north follow this Islamic law system. Player 1? Right. We return to you, player 1. Kelly will present this clue.
Similar to a root, it's the botanical term for a thick stem from which shoots develop into new plants.
Yes, player 3. You are correct. You again, player 3. What the Brits call a Macintosh isn't an apple, but one of these. Player 3. Correct. Player 3, back. A dishonest or unprincipled man, or one of the X-Men? Okay, player one. Yes. Please pick again, player one. Following ethnic clashes in 1966, the eastern part of Nigeria declared itself the Republic of this in 1967. Let's hear it, player three. No. Anyone else care to try to come up with a correct response? We're talking about Biafra. You get to pick again, player one.
Yeah!
Answer. The first of the daily doubles. You're in second place, so what is your wager going to be? Please enter your wager. Okay, here is the clue. The probability of the first card dealt being an ace is 4 out of 52. So the probability of the second card being an ace is 1 in this number. You've moved up to first place. Player one, back to you for our next selection. 2 hours after he received a death sentence for killing Jesse James, the Missouri governor pardoned him. Here's what we were looking for. Robert Ford. Select again. The Stranger, 1942. It's player three. Yeah, good. Player three, pick again. Steppenwolf, 1929. Yes, player two. Nope. Anyone else want to hazard a guess on this? Okay, player three. You got it. We return to you, player three. The Treasure of the Sierra Madre, 1927. Let's hear it, player one. No, that's not right. Anyone else care to try to come up with a correct response? Player three. Good for you. Player three, you pick again, please. As part of its 19th century territorial expansions, this nation colonized the Nigerian port of Lagos in 1861. It's player one. Hey, you're right. Choose again, player one. This edgy Aaron Magruder comic strip debuted in 1996. Here's the response we were looking for. The Boondocks. Please pick again, player one. Answer. The second daily double. You are in the lead right now. Decide on your wager, player one. And the clue. Nigeria's first planned city. It was built in the 1980s and officially dedicated as the nation's new capital in 1991. That puts you even further ahead. Select again. High rollers get to play roulette on single zero wheels where the chance of hitting your lucky number is 1 in this. Okay, player one. Good. Player one, back to offspring of heterozygous parents have a 50-50 chance of getting a dominant versus this type of allele? Let's hear it. Player 2. That's correct. Player 2, you pick again, please. The chance of getting heads on any given coin flip is 1 in 2, so the chance of getting heads 5 times in a row is 1 in this. Player 1? Right. Player 1, back to you for... Known for his satire, Wole Soyinka became the first black African winner of this prize for literature in 1986. Yes, Player 3. Yes.
Yeah!
Choose again, Player 3. NASA's Space Guard survey watches for the extremely small probability of a comet or one of these coming to smash Earth. It's Player 2.
Ooh.
That's right. Way to go. Player 2. Pick again. This gunmaker's classic Peacemaker 45 revolver could be purchased by mail order for $17. Let's hear it. Player 2. Good. And we'll wrap up the board with this clue. Originally, this term referred to the man employed on a cattle train who prodded the cattle to keep them on their feet. Okay, Player 1. That's not it. Anyone else want to hazard a guess on this? It's Player 3. That is correct. You all move on to Final Jeopardy, which will continue after these messages. Now, Final Jeopardy coming right up right now with this category. American authors. What are you going to wager? Each direction on the plus control pad represents a different response. Press a direction to select an answer. And the clue reads, injured on the Austro-Italian front on July 8, 1918, he also crossed the English Channel with U.S. forces on D-Day. What did you put as your response? And that will set you back. Let's see your response. With that correct response, you will gain Did you come up with the correct response? And that correct response will add Congratulations to you, player one. So long, everybody.
All right, I keep messing up that starting of the mic again. Great game from all three players today, putting up 5-figure scores before the final Jeopardy round. But those daily doubles really fell in favor of Matteo. Kathrin with a clever 0 wager in final, trying to hope for a triple stumper, but it wasn't to be. Congratulations to Matteo with 30,003, making it through to the finals. He'll play off against Victor and whoever wins tomorrow's match between Pierre, Matt, and Miyu. Thanks so much for watching today. Please like, subscribe, and share this with any of your friends who you know are a fan of Jeopardy! And I hope tomorrow's game will be just as exciting as today's. Make your bets who will be our final roster for the finals. Have a great rest of your day. So long.